Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wingcat Sports. It's our Lions versus Vikings pregame, the last game of the season before we hit the playoffs. Technically, the playoffs are still alive for the Vikings. They just have to have three teams in front of them lose, that being the Packers, the Seahawks, and the Saints all have to lose for the Vikings to end up in the playoffs. Um, but that's probably not going to happen for them. I still think, regardless of who we sit this game, we're probably still going to win. It's gonna be a game where they're just gonna play it out. Whatever happens, happens. Because the third seat's pretty locked up with us, unless Dallas and Philadelphia lose.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is the nice thing about winning, uh, beating Minnesota. We've gotten to relax a couple of weeks, although the Dallas game wasn't relaxing. Um, but even if Dan Campbell doesn't want to relax and sit people, uh, I think, like I said, the fans should take it easy. Don't worry about it. Let's we got the playoffs in another week. I think we can go 12-5. I think we could win this week. Looks like they're going to go for it. So we got a shot at the second seed still. Not a good one, but I don't know. I
Possibility.
think this is the week where these teams that have nothing to lose just bite you in the butt. So I expect the Giants to play well against the Eagles, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I am kind of disappointed that the Rams are sitting there starters. I don't get that. I guess maybe they just feel it doesn't matter. They're just going to make sure they're healthy going into the playoffs, and they don't care what their seed is.
Whatever ends up happening. Like I said, maybe we still play the Rams. Right, we get the second seed. The Rams fall to 7. Green Bay wins, and they go to 6. And then Dallas still plays Green Bay, and
Yeah, it's
we
more
still
like
play the Rams.
it's like what you said. I think everyone the hype behind the Stafford return kind of took over, but it's more probably likely that we're going to play Green Bay in the first round.
Now, like I said, though, Chicago has the same opportunity we had last year. They can go into Green Bay, last game of the season, knock them out of the playoffs.
And knock them into last place. Would they be in last place in our division?
No, I don't think so. They might be last place in our division if they do that. It's them or Minnesota. Everybody in our division would be. If Minnesota wins this week, everybody in our division would be 8-9. If the Bears win, besides
That'd be
us,
great.
everyone's 8-9, and then we're 11-6.
Sorry, I got a cold today.
But
Oh,
overall, right, I think we're gonna win. Minnesota will finish 7-10. I want Chicago to win. Just to knock Green Bay out of the playoffs. That would be funny if that happened again. I don't think it will happen. I don't
ha ha ha!
know if it will happen. But you're probably gonna end up playing the Packers first round of the playoffs back at Ford Field.
Which is going to be a
Get a little
tough
bit of your
game.
revenge for them beating you on Thanksgiving at home,
I don't really
potentially.
believe. I don't think it's a revenge thing. We kicked the crap out of them in Lambeau. They kicked the crap out of us when we weren't playing well. Not they didn't really kick the crap out of us. We played probably one of our worst games of the year, and we were in it till the end.
Yes.
So that doesn't tell you much about Green
But
Bay.
getting back
I
into
still think it'll be a tough game, but
Yeah, we're getting back into Minnesota since that's the game we're talking about. They are Detroit's favorite, 3.5. They have a 70% chance of winning. Injuries for the week. JMO's not going to play this week. They're going to rest up his ankle for the playoffs. Brock Wright's still out. And then you're also going to have James Houston out this week, even though he got activated. They're going to keep him out this week. Gardner Johnson had full practice all this week, so I do expect him to play. They say questionable, but I expect him to play to get some reps in,
yeah,
just some game time reps. Not a lot, but some.
it looks like we're going into the playoffs pretty healthy. So that's probably the major concern for me. Maybe it isn't for Dan Campbell. Maybe he wants to win this game very badly.
Well, you said because you can still get the second seed. That's why he wants to win.
Right.
So that's why he wants to somewhat still play back. Like I said, I expect a lot more rotation this game. McNeil is questionable. He came back this week and started practicing. He had his knee brace on. I don't
Well,
know if he will play again, limited if they do
so
play.
who would you rather play, Green Bay or the Rams?
I'd rather play the Rams.
So you would rather win that second seed and play them seventh because that's likelihood what's going to
I'd
happen.
rather play the Rams because facing a divisional opponent is always random.
Well, I mean, it'd be if we had beaten Green Bay twice, I'd say, yeah, I'd be a little worried only because it's hard to beat anybody 3 in a row. But the fact that we split with them and both games were kind of, you know, the other team, whatever. I think that I wouldn't worry too much.
I think you can handle both teams. I'm not saying
Right.
you can't beat the Packers. I just
I
rather not face a divisional opponent again. I'd rather face someone outside our division. Someone
I worry so much about Stafford and his ability to pick our backfield apart, and they have Aaron Donald on defense. Um, they're a scary team to me. I think I'd rather play the Green Bay Packers if we're talking about a team I think we have a better chance of beating. But the excitement level of playing Stafford again would be almost too much. I think I'd enjoy
listen.
that.
If you think the NFL is script, likely what will happen is Green Bay will play Dallas. Dallas can try to get their revenge on Green Bay, screwing them over in the playoffs for multiple years.
Right.
And then Stafford comes home to play in Detroit in his first playoff game. Jared Goff will get his revenge against LA for trading him away.
Right.
And beating him. And then we would play Dallas, and then we could get our revenge on Dallas for all the crappy calls and bad games that have happened in Dallas.
That's right.
And then
we have a history with them in crap calls and crap games starting from 1970, my first game in the playoffs, losing to them 5-0 on a safety and a field goal. It was embarrassing.
And then, right.
Damn you, Greg Landry.
And then it just leads to whatever the championship game would be against whoever you're playing at that point. But if they want to go off a script of people getting their revenge in the playoffs, the Lions will end up in the NFC Championship game if they go along a script like that.
This is shaping up to be a very fun playoffs. This is going to be a lot of interesting matchups. Pretty much anybody in the NFC could lose. Even the 49ers, they can lose.
They could.
They can have a bad day. So, oh no, I'm going to sneeze again.
But when it comes to the Vikings game, right, they're going to start Nick Mullins this week after the crappy performance from their rookie quarterback against Green Bay. They knocked them basically out of the playoffs. I don't really expect him to do too much. I expect the Lions to probably win pretty easily.
I do
10
too. I think
plus
the
point
excitement
win.
of the home crowd. I think the fact that we lost that last game so controversially. I think Dan Campbell wants to go into the playoffs on a winning thing. It's going to be exciting. You're gonna see a good game. The atmosphere should be crazy.
It's going to be crazy.
Should be.
It's going to be crazy at the game, but it's going to be a good time. Hopefully, right, we can go into the playoffs with a good mindset, get the win against the Vikings, go into the playoffs against either it's going to be again Green Bay or LA most likely. If we magically get the 2 seed, we could also be playing the Saints. I doubt it. Again, the Saints have to have a lot happen too for them to make the playoffs. But they also do have a chance if they win on Sunday to make the playoffs.
Tampa Bay has to win their division though, right?
Whoever Tampa Bay has to win their division, or New Orleans has to win.
Tampa Bay playing this week?
Carolina.
Oh, they should. They should. They should. You never know.
Tampa's playing Carolina. Technically, the Falcons still have a chance to win the division. If both the Saints and the Bucks lose, the Falcons will win the South with a 8-9 record.
That'd be horrible. I think only one team's getting in from that division.
Well, I said it's possible to do. It's probably not going to happen.
No.
Best case scenario for us is that we do somehow get the 2, and somehow we play the Saints.
All right, sounds great.
Somehow, that's my best playoff scenario. You play an NFC South team in the first round, but not going to likely happen. But like I said, I think about 10-point victory. I'll say 28-14 will be the game.
I'm going to say 35-3.
35. You're just going for a blowout. It's not going to happen. I don't think a blowout will happen, but it'll be a good game. With all that being said, though, we're sick. We're trying to not be on this too long. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Share the video around. Until next time, hope to see everybody soon.